Hey guys, welcome back! This is That Magic Guy. Today I thought I'd film one of the most amazing, mind-blowing, self-working card tricks I've ever seen. When I saw this for the first time, it completely blew my mind. I had no idea how it was done because it uses one of those clever little self-working mathematical principles, something I've never come across before. It's so clever, seriously. The secret? You're going to love this. The great news is that you can do it with any deck of cards, anytime, anywhere. It has two phases and each one gets more impossible as the trick goes on. You're going to love performing it. Grab a deck of cards and let's get into it. Alright guys, so here's what the routine looks like. You start with a shuffled deck. You can even have the spectator shuffle the cards, give them a really good mix. They can shuffle however they want. Then you say, okay, I'm going to remove 12 cards that are going to be really good for this trick. So you count out 12 cards. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You say, these are good. I'm going to use these cards for the trick. Don't use the other cards. You then give the cards a bit of a mix to start with. Then hand them to the spectator. Have them put the cards underneath the table so they can't see. For the performance, I'll leave them out here so you guys can see what's happening. You ask them to take the top 2 cards, flip them over like this, put them back on top of the deck, and then cut the deck wherever they want. So they take 2 cards, flip them over, put them on top, and give the cards a single cut. They can do this as many times as they want. Obviously, with this kind of mixing, it's going to really vary how many cards are face up and how many are face down. At any point, they can turn the whole packet over, take 2 cards, flip them over, and cut them anywhere into the deck. You give the cards to the spectator and ask them to do this as many times as they want. I'll do this out in the open so you can see, but remember, they're doing it under the table. They're basically taking 2 cards, flipping them over, and cutting them into the deck. If they want, they can turn the whole packet over, take 2 cards, flip them over, and cut the deck wherever they want. When they're happy, they bring the cards out. Then you say, now you've done this under the table. There's no way either of us could know how many cards are face up, how many are face down, or what order the cards are in. You've mixed these in a crazy way however you wanted. You flip the cards over, turn the whole packet over, and cut them wherever you wanted. Now, I'm going to try and put these into some kind of order. We're going to try to get order from chaos. You take the cards in your hand and put them underneath the table or behind your back and say, I'm just going to use my intuition to try and put these cards into a certain order. Let's see if I can do this. After a couple of seconds, you say, all right, I think I've done it. You bring the cards out and say, okay, here's what I can tell you. The same number of cards are face up as are face down. We have an equal number of cards face up and face down. Check this out. You deal the cards out in rows so everyone can keep track. Six cards face down and 6 cards face up. Not only that, but you point out, the only cards that are face up are red. That was really difficult. It's very hard separating all these red cards from all these black cards over here. That's a killer right away because they've shuffled the cards under the table. There's no way you could have controlled that. It's completely crazy, but we're going to take it a step further. You gather all the cards together. The spectator can shuffle these cards as much as they want. They can even give these cards a flush mix. They give them a really good mix. You say, okay, now I'm going to put these into a very specific order without even looking. I'm going to do this under the table like this, and I'm just going to turn some cards face up and some face down. We'll see what happens. After a couple of seconds, you come out with the packet like this, and you ask the spectator to do the same thing again. They put the cards under the table so you can't see. They take the top 2 cards, flip them over, and cut them anywhere into the deck. They can do this as many times as they want. At any point, they can turn the whole packet over and start again. Top 2 cards, flip them over, and cut anywhere into the deck. They're cutting, flipping, and turning the whole packet over. At some point, you say, you can stop whenever you want. When they stop, you say, okay, what I want you to do is look down at the top of the deck. 2 things are going to happen. Either the card you're looking at is face up or face down. In this case, let's say it's face down. You say, if the card is face down, you're going to take that card, turn it face up, and remember it. That will be your selected card. So in this case, it's Queen of Clubs. They remember that card. Then you say, when you've remembered the card, just cut it somewhere into the pack. After that, you say, now I want you to continue doing what you were doing before. Take the top 2 cards, flip them over, and cut them anywhere you want. You can flip the whole packet if you want. They carry out this procedure again, doing it as many times as they want until they're happy. When they're happy, you say, bring the cards back out. They've done everything under the table. You don't know the order of the cards, and you certainly have no idea what card they picked. They've actually mixed it into the deck themselves. You say, okay, under test conditions, I'm going to put the cards under the table and put them into an order. At the same time, I'm going to turn my head so I'm not looking at what I'm doing. I'm completely blind here, but I'm just using my intuition to sort out the cards. After a moment, you say, okay, I've done that. You bring the cards out and say, now I can tell you one thing as an absolute fact. Your card is face up. And just to make it really easy to spot, I made all the other cards face down. You spread the cards and there it is, the only card that's face up. There you go, order from chaos. I think this is an absolutely killer trick. Anytime, anywhere, with any deck of cards. No setup. Let's learn it. How does this work? Let's find out. This trick gives you 2 killer effects, and you can do it anytime, anywhere, with any deck of cards. There's no setup, unless you can't remove 12 cards from the deck. All you're doing is taking cards out of the deck. Here's how you do it. You start with a shuffled deck. The spectator can shuffle however they want. Then you turn the cards toward yourself and remove 6 pairs of cards. The pairs are red and black. As you go through the cards, you look for red and black together. For example, these 2 cards. You do this with the cards toward yourself so they can't see. When you find a red and black together, you pull them out of the deck. You do this 6 times. Removing 12 cards that are now alternating in black-red order. You can seemingly shuffle these by running an odd number of cards. For example, you can run 3 cards, then 5 cards. You can even give the cards a complete cut, and that won't disturb the setup. They'll still be alternating in red-black order. Now, you explain to the spectator what you'd like them to do. You say, I want you to take the top 2 cards, flip them over, put them on top of the deck, and then give the cards a single cut. You explain that they can turn the whole packet over and continue 2 cards, flip them over, and cut into the deck. They can do this as many times as they want under the table. When they bring the cards out, you say, you've now chosen the order of this pack. I'm going to try and put these into some kind of order without looking. Using just my intuition, you put the cards under the table or behind your back, turn your head. For the sake of the tutorial, I will show you exactly what you will be doing under the table or behind your back. Here's what you do. You take the top card in your right hand, then you turn the whole pack over or turn your wrist over, and thumb off the top card, placing it on top. You turn your wrist back over, thumb off the next card, turn your hand over, and repeat. What this does is alternate the cards face up and face down. When you bring the cards out, you say, "Now, there's an equal number of cards face up and face down. Check this out." You deal the cards out in rows, showing that there are 6 face up and 6 face down. Not only that, but all the face up cards are black, and all the face down cards are red. You say, "That was the easy part." The hard part was separating all the red cards from the black cards after you shuffled them under the table. Now that will definitely get you a killer reaction. Now you're going to take it a step further using the same principle. You gather all the cards together, have the spectator shuffle them again. They can shuffle however they like, even a casino-style shuffle. Then you say, "I'm going to put these into a secret order under the table." You do the same wrist-turning motion, alternating the cards face up and face down. When you bring the cards out, you say, "These are now in a secret order." Then you have the spectator do the same procedure again. Take the top 2 cards, flip them over, and cut them into the deck. When they're done, you say, "Look down at the top of the deck. If the card is face down, turn it face up, remember it, and cut it into the deck. If it's face up, remember it, turn it face down, and cut it into the deck." The key here is to reverse their chosen card. After they've done this, you put the cards under the table again, and use the same wrist-turning motion to sort the cards. When you bring them out, the only card face up will be their selected card. You say, "I can tell you that your card is now face up." And just to make it easy to spot, I made all the other cards face down. You spread the cards, and there it is. Their card, the only one face up. The original principle is by Bob Hummer, called the Cut and Turnover Principle. I learned this from Card College, a series of books by Roberto Giobbi. It was titled Fingertip Sensitivity in Card College Light. If you're interested in learning card magic, check out Card College. Every book in that collection is worth its weight in gold. Guys, if you liked the video, give me a like. If you've got any comments, variations, or ideas, let me know below. Also, if you know how this works, let me know, because I have no idea. Finally, if you like this and want to learn more amazing card tricks, don't forget to subscribe. I do this every single week. Hit the little bell icon so you get a notification and can join a brand new lesson every week. For now, go out, practice, show somebody a trick, make someone smile, and I'll see you soon.